Hi, this is Rick from Warriors Respite. I am a therapist. I specialize in addictions and trauma. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, and you can find my podcast, Warriors Respite, on Spotify, Amazon, Apple. Today I want to talk about relationships and starting off a relationship. And before two people decide they're going to start a relationship, I think the best thing to do to make sure that the relationship is going to be successful is to sit down and have a conversation about the relationship. Because why would anybody want to get into a relationship if they wanted to live in hell? So what do you talk about? So first, I think it's important to clarify expectations and setting up ground rules. What's the ground rules in this relationship? What do you expect from each other? And it'd probably be a good idea to kind of write this stuff down before you come into it. But write down, what do you expect from each other? What do you expect from yourself? Just having clarity to prevent misunderstandings and to keep unnecessary conflicts, because we can't assume our partner knows. And if you forget something, that's okay, but before you guys get into an argument later on, you need to take a step back and say, hey, maybe we need to clarify our expectations. Number 2 is respect boundaries. We have personal boundaries, and in order for a relationship to work, I need to be responsible for my happiness. You need to be responsible for your happiness. So ensure that both people feel safe and comfortable. You want this relationship to be a good experience. If you want the relationship to work out, you want the experience to be good as much as you can. And next is foster communication. So open and honest communication. That's the lifeblood of a successful relationship. So discuss the ground rules, encourage dialogue, tell the other person how you feel. I feel frustrated when you do this. I feel nervous when you do this. It makes me feel like you don't care about me when you do this, and that emotion is lonely or depressed or whatever. Although it's important to note that our responsibility for our emotions are on our own. We need to be able to let the other person know how we feel about things, because we can't assume that they know. And the fact that both people are assuming how people feel, whether they're okay with something or not, that causes a lot of conflict. Next, promote mutual growth. So when you establish a support system and ways to help each other, you create an environment where both partners can grow individually as a couple. So next we want to talk about quality time. Determine how much time you need to spend with each other or socialize with friends. And being able to, and that might be part of your boundaries, to know, obviously the other person should know what you're doing, but let them know, I do have time to spend with my family, with my friends, and not just you. And the other person needs to be okay with it. Next, how about support systems and how you can explore how you can support each other and achieve your goals and manage your life's challenges. So discuss the roles that you'll play in supporting each other and supporting yourself. I don't know how to support you. That's where the 5 languages of love maybe come in. What's the best way that I feel supported and I feel cared about? It might be that I like to receive gifts. It might be that I like touching and hand holding and stuff like that. And you gotta know that both people need to be okay with what makes the other person feel good, because one person might not want to talk or touch. And if that's not going to work out, that relationship probably ain't working out. But being able, look over the 5 languages of love and go over the 5 languages of love. Consider your future. Discuss your goals. Discuss career aspiration. Where you think the relationship is headed. And, and you want to choose the right time for this. You want to find a quiet, relaxed moment to have this conversation, planning a nice, quiet, relaxed moment. You don't want to do this after an argument. You don't want to do this during times of tension. You don't want to do it when you're distracted. And you want to be all honest and be vulnerable. Oftentimes we don't allow ourselves to be vulnerable because we don't want anybody to hurt us. But you're not going to be able to get in a relationship if you don't allow yourself to be vulnerable. Then you're going to be defensive all the time. And listen actively. When you listen, clarify what the other person is saying. Talk back at what is being said. Come up with compromises. Maybe one thing doesn't work for the other person, so how can you guys meet in the middle? And then write it down. Write down everything. Alright? Write down these expectations and all that stuff. I think that's good to get all set up. And if one person doesn't, goes off the path, that kind of tells you, okay, hey, this is what we agreed upon. You're going off the path. What do you think? Is this not going to work out? So the other person kind of changes their idea of what a successful relationship is. That the other person needs to decide if they want to be in that relationship. All right. So thanks for watching. Let's get mangled and strangled in peace, and peace out.